Blessings. Blessings. I am here with another one. These Saturday shows, I don't know, y'all. I be like, don't know what time I'm going to start them. So I will always say I'm going to have a show. And I hate to give last minute notice about them, but you can always go back and watch the replay. You can. And y'all got to excuse me. I be eating stuff I have no business eating. And now my stomach mad. I just knocked on my stomach. Made it mad. And I'm paying for it. Look, I knocked on my stomach and I'm the empath paying for it. Oh, you guys, I don't know. Let's see how we gonna go tonight. Because I'm working on some new things. And I'm also working on, do I just want to pretty much focus on just quick videos or quick answers? Or do I want to continue, at the rate that I'm going? But we'll see. It got hot in here too. Y'all see the topic? I hope I put the topic on the video. Well, y'all saw the commercial trail. Forgot to call it the commercial trail. So, excuse me. I told you I ate something. My stomach is not happy. So, I guess the topic, I hated to call it the topic because I'm going to discuss other things and it'll be all right. Let go. Why? So I got a question. Someone asked me, why do the narc date you and then end up hating you? I'm just rephrasing it. And then I kind of like reflected on that. Like, that what they do. They literally, like us normal people, boom, boom. Us normal people, when we go out and date and, to meet someone, we're trying to, of course we want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, everything about them. But we're not thinking that, this is going to end unless you just don't have anything incompatible or one person is, just don't work. But normal people, they'll date for a while, and if it doesn't work, they'll be like, you're cool, but this ain't working, and everybody will be okay. Or if you're dating them and everything is working out, you want to know more. And you want to be kind to them. And you want them to be kind to you. And, it's a give and take thing where you're just trying to grow and see where it's going to go. And maybe it gets to the point that it goes further to the point now you guys are getting married and having kids. That's what we do as normal people when we're looking for relationships or when we're dating. But not a knock. I literally had to drive around today. And I ain't got no business driving around. Nothing. Gas prices just shot up overnight. It went from like $3.79 to $3.99. And I'm like, no. I literally had to pray. Like, no. This is just too much. They trying to kill us, y'all. The Narcs run this. The Narcs run all that. When y'all see things that's out of control, with a point you like, well, what do you expect us to do? That's a Narc. Let go. Anyway. So, after getting out of a relationship with a Narc, I, in my sane mind, was like, wow, I never knew that existed, that someone would want to date me just to hate me, but they liked everything about me, but it wasn't them. So we're going to get into, I wrote down a couple of things because I'm going to say it my way. All right, and I'm going to give, y'all, stay with me because I'm about to drop the mic on these analogies. My samples. I was going to relate it to the Bible, but I can't. I remember the story, but I can't remember the names. So I don't want to look like a fool trying to repeat it or recite it. But I got a good example for the same story that's in the Bible. I do. Y'all, and it's probably more relatable to some of you guys because y'all don't read the Bible. Some of us do or don't, but it's the internet. You can always get in touch with the Bible just by listening, or reading along with listening. Okay, let go. So, they hate you. They date you to hate you because they found something or many things about you that they liked. And they get upset because those qualities that you have, they want it to be theirs. They wish it was theirs, okay? And they wanted to just get whatever it is that attracted them to you, but they didn't actually want you. They just wanted that part of you. I'll give you a good example, because I had a lot of narcs that hated me because I put myself out there. I love the stage. I love to dance. I love music. I love to comedy. I love to get on the mic. And I can tell now that I'm away from all these narcs that was a quality of mine that they wanted. They really wanted to be the center of the show, because, narcs need that type of attention. So if they was able to get up on the stage and perform or do music or tell a joke or whatever, everybody just tuned into them, or dance or whatever, dance on the dance floor, go to the club, and people want to dance with you, or you can shoot pool real good and people want to play with you. They love that. Like, wow, that's some attention, but that's you being in your natural. Like, you're not doing it on purpose. Like, I'm not bragging about myself, but I noticed that it was a lot of things about me, like cooking and, whatever I did, the narc would be so envious of it that the narc would try to, I had a couple of narcs, like, trying to be me. Okay, so I'll give you an example now, because I know the Bible story, but I can't remember the name, so I will probably tell it maybe on Sunday's video, because Sundays is a perfect time to talk about the Bible. So, if you guys ever watched the Antoine Fisher story, and if you hadn't, go watch it. It's an old movie. And it all started, because I won't say that he was a narc, but at least he went to find out why he was having these feelings and issues in his life. And it all started because he had an auntie, and I like to tell this one because people don't think it can happen to a male. He had an auntie that raped him. Pretty much just raped him. No, he did not enjoy it. No, did he want it. He was just a kid. He had a mother that abandoned him, okay? And it took an empath to make him look into his life that helped him out a lot. But the auntie that raped him, she hated him after that. She kept doing it, but she hated him after that. Here's my analogy and my example. When they do something to you that's so horrific, they hate you after that, because in their sick brain, they're thinking like it's your fault that they did that. Like, it's like if a woman walked down the street and she looked beautiful and some guy attacks her, and now he's mad and hating her, like, you made me do that because you attracted me that way, and I know you wouldn't, let me do that naturally, so I just did what I had to do because that's what I wanted. That's how a narc thinks. Like, so in this story with Antoine Fisher, every time she saw him, it made her shame come out, where she's like, she couldn't believe that she did this with a child. Not only that, with a child, but with a family member. And it was a horrific thing to do. And she had to keep thinking about that and living with that. And so she hated him because she blamed him for her living out her sick fantasies on him. Like, it's your fault. If you wasn't here, I wouldn't have done that. Yep, that's how they think. I think I said this. They hate you because they hate your qualities or your talents or your gifts or your education or whatever it is that you may have. I have another good example for this one too. It's like they want to project who they are on you. So they want you to be the pedophile or the liar or the thief or the cheater or the sicko, and they're you. So every time they look at you, they hate you because they're like, oh my gosh, you're such a gross person, which it really was them. Yes, I know it doesn't make sense, but which it really was them. So they try to steal your qualities to become you and discard who they really are. So let's just say that you have a nice house, a nice car, a nice job, And they go out there and steal those things just so they can be you. They can't afford these things or get these things on their own. So let's say they go apply for the good job that you have. They get hired, but they're not qualified. Let's say they go and finance a house that you have, and they get financed, but they can't afford it. Same as with a car or a spouse. They'll go try to find a spouse that, is similar to yours, but they don't deserve it. And then they lose it all. And now they're mad at you because they feel like they deserve all those things because of you. They didn't get that. Even though they know they didn't qualify, deserve any of those things. And they knew they couldn't keep it up because they are not you. Now remember that's what they really hate. You and everything about you. So when you move on, you're still you, but you also improve you. And if you're not around them, they can't ever be you because you are building on who you are. And they don't know who that person is anymore because they're not around you to figure it out. Look on. Also, they hate you when you just like, then what I do, I got to go, and you leave. They hate you because you won't let them abuse you because they feel better when they're doing that. So they're like, how dare you not allow me to do these things because you're worthless. Because remember that you are them and they are you. So they're looking at you like you're worthless. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're a thief. You can't ever have a relationship. Nobody's going to love you. You have a double secret life. You'll sleep with anything. You would do this and you would do that because that's what they're trying to project on you. So as long as they see themselves in the mirror as you, the wholesome person that don't do none of these things that they're doing, because that's how they psychotic ass brain work. They literally really believe this. Like, if I say it's you or I pretend it's you, it doesn't no longer is that flip it and reverse it. It is no longer a part of me. So everything they do, they figure like it doesn't matter. I'm not the one doing it. You're doing it. Like you're a puppet and you went out and did these things, but they get to wipe the slate clean because it's not them. It's you. It's like a bogus repenting. Like you go repent to God about something, but you know you're going to continue to do it. Some people will repent to God about some things that they're never going to do again, which is easy. And then pray to God and say, help me with the things that I'm struggling with, but not a knock. Not a knock. I said that part. Here's a good example. It's like this. Let's just say it's a knock that support and love the police. They support and love the police. But you remember, rules do not apply to them, so they can just do whatever they want because they're not going to, they feel like they don't have to suffer the consequences on anything. So let's just say not going 100 miles down a road when the speed limit, is 45. And then they get pulled over. Now, they're being a narc, they're thinking like, oh, it's going to be okay. I'll just say whatever and I'm going to go by my way. But the cop is like, nah, that was like really a dangerous thing you just did. I'm going to have to give you a ticket and you're going to have to go to court. So narcs are mad and cussing out the police, tear up the ticket, whatever. But they still have to deal with this situation. And now they hate the police. They hate the police for being the police. They hate the police because the police did their job and they didn't have entitlement over the situation because they feel like they are entitled. So that's why they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm entitled, so you're not going to give me a ticket. And then they start to threaten the police or whatever, but they end up with the ticket in a court case. And if they keep pushing it like a Karen does, they're going to go to jail. Now, they really got it out for the cops. Like, really got it out for the cops because now I hate all y'all. That's what it's like when a narc dates you to hate you. They can love everything about you until they have to deal with some consequence that's, about you, or a consequence that you have the control over. And they don't like that. They want to have the control over everything. Let go. I really, really wish I would not eat stuff I shouldn't be eating. Stomach mad. But let go. I think that one happened. Yeah, I did. So we're going to do that one last. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. This was not a question or anything. It was just something that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to phrase it my way. Every craft business starts small. These commercials, we're not going to do commercials. To make it big, you need a but a lot of us, when we get out of a relationship with a Narc, and even when we were with a Narc, we always believed in God, spirituality, but somehow, because due to the fact that we was with a Narc, we lost the way and we wasn't pleasing God. Never let anything or anyone take you away from God and get you off your path and make you lose your blessings and get out of grace. God don't like that. Don't let God be against you. Because if you're not with God, you are against God, and He will be against you. Just like with the Narc, they with Satan. They want to be with Satan. But Satan is against them, and he uses them because they are his supply. So when you get to the point like, I'm not about to let this thing ruin my life and jeopardize my soul from entering the pearly gates and have God against me. Can you imagine life with God against you? Everything you do will fail. It's like the movie Color Purple, when she told him everything he did and everything he do, pretty much she was just saying it's karma. It's gonna come back on you. Nothing you do is gonna work until you do right by me. Everything you do is gonna fail. And he knew she was telling the truth. Okay, so that's like having God against you. Sometimes he just let you go through the storm because he's like, I'm trying to tell you, but you're going to learn the hard way. And the Narc is going to suffer so many ways because God is against them and their evilness and their sins and everything they did to you and everything they do to anyone. Every time they wake up and do something evil and something that's not of God, God is against them. And they are with Satan. So they so dumb, what end up happening is they roll with Satan because they think that's the way to go and they think it's so fun. But they're living on earth in hell. And every time they try to spite Satan, he gonna do something to them. On top of God is against them. So they live in this triple, flipple hell on earth. And then when they die, it's going to be worse because they in hell. Who want to live like that? You want to live like that? Where God is against you, like everything you touch turn to stone? Everything you try to do fail? Every person that you get around leave? Anybody that you meet don't like you? Family members don't want to be around you? You all alone, the cat, the dog runs away. Like, who want to live a life like that? Like, they so nasty that even if they make themselves dinner and touch the plate, the food go bad, so now they can't even eat, y'all. Because God is against them. God is against that sin that they commit and deliberately commit every single day. Today, I just could not get over the gas prices. And I've been having this one thing that's been lingering on my brain for months now. But it took the gas prices to make up my mind on what I'm about to do. Nothing, because Satan will not take me out. He run this world, and he gonna use anything and anybody to bid his deeds. They said that, well, I said it. These are the end times. And they said that it's going to get to the point that the Antichrist is going to be a man. Oh, yeah, it is. I ain't going to be racist, but it's going to be a man. And everybody's going to worship this person, and you're going to think this person is God's gift to gas prices going down. But they are the Antichrist. Right now, a lot of people saying Putin, he the Antichrist. And Hitler, that's what they said. That's what they said. If God allow you to survive in these terrible, difficult times right now, with the narcs running the world to the point you just can't even live. And then I was outside today. Traffic was all right in the morning, but towards the middle of the day and the end of the day, traffic was awful. And you had all these people and speeding in their fancy cars and motorcycles, and everything turned up. Like gas prices ain't affected me. And I guarantee you, like 90% of them people, gas prices ain't affecting them because they live for Satan. They work for Satan. Because modest people and humble people and people of God, they're taking this seriously. And they're coming up with a plan. Those people are never going to come up with a plan. And then they will when it's too late. Because they figure like, ain't nothing going to happen to me. I can afford whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm going to step on anybody I got to do. I don't care if I got to sleep with somebody that runs the gas station to get some gas. They're going to do what they got to do. But that ain't how God wants us to live. The devil is trying so hard to make us live an ungodly life just to survive. Just to put gas in our tank. He's trying to ruin us to the point that we rather put gas in our tank than eat a meal. Nothing. He's testing us. He said, when I saw that $3.99, I got to the point that I was so like, wow, that I had to meditate. I had to stop what I was doing and have a conversation with God. And all God said to me was, I did not bring you this far to let you fail. You know, I did not bring you this far to disappoint you. Keep doing what you got to do. And sometimes you got to do some things that you don't want to do, but it's not going to turn God against you. Sometimes you just got to do that. Like, I don't like to work 2-3 jobs, but I'm not hurting anybody when I'm doing it. Because you're going to get some people out there that, because of these prices are rising up, the devil is trying to have you sin. So you get some people like, I sell my A before I blah, blah, blah. Or I'll sell some drugs before I blah, blah, blah. Because Satan want you to reach to the easiest thing to survive. You got to stay strong. This is the test. This is it. It's a wrap. Sometimes you got to do things you don't like to do, but as long as it's not against God, do what you got to do. But make the right decisions. Don't go against God, because Satan right now is playing with the gas prices and inflation to make you do things that you would never ever do. No, nothing. That ain't what we do. Trust in God. Have faith. Calm down. I had to check myself today, and then I had to say, stop. Because if you act that way, you think that way, you're disappointing God, because you're telling him that you don't believe that he has this answer. Oh, he's going to get you through it. Yes, that's hard. But don't have no narc think they going to get you through it. They're going to get you through straight to hell. Smoking, on fire. They're going to use the $3.99 gas to pour it on your head and set your ass on fire. And be like, oh, well, I helped you out. You ain't got to pay gas no more. I covered the topic tonight about why do they go looking for people to date just to hate. And it wasn't all about that. I had to cover other things. But I hope I made sense about why they do that. It's so stupid. I'm not going to go looking for something I don't like. I'm not going to go to a fish restaurant that sell only fish and I don't like fish. And then say, well, I hate you because your fish commercial looked so good. I thought maybe I would like fish, and now I decided to go over to your restaurant and eat fish, and I didn't like it, so it's your fault for enticing me to eat fish. Made sense? That's how they think. I think I just confused my damn self with that analogy. But with that being said, may the blood of Jesus cover all of you guys that are humble and believe in the Lord and just not going to deal with all this, but you're going to do the best that you can, and you're not going to let the devil tempt you to do whatever just to make it through these times. We're already at the end time. We are already there. And they're going to try to make us suffer. But don't let that be your eternal suffering. Stay in there. I want to say something, but I got to think of how I want to say it, because I be like that sometimes. I be like, where you at? Lord, where you at? Like, I wish I had a GPS to when the Lord is going to sound them trumpets. Not just so I can clean up my act better. Just like, it's just no point. Satan is running this. And it's just no point. It's like you just going to keep surviving until those trumpets sound. And you about to pray that you on that list when God start calling out your name. Just is going to run you down. Oh, yes, he's going to go give you the what for. You did this. Even stuff you don't even remember you did. But doesn't mean that you won't get there. Because somewhere in your life, you started to do the right things. Yes, you start to do the right things. And that's what you just need to focus on. Because we don't know if we're gonna wake up tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We just pray that God allows us to make it through another day. Bill collectors, landlords, mortgage companies, car payments, they're not going to care about none of that. They're not going to care about any of those excuses, and they know it exists. They know it exists. It's like you got delivery service, let's say food delivery services, where people will order food because gas prices are too high. So they're like, I'm going to stay in the house and call Uber or DoorDash. But then they won't tip. And they know the gas prices are high. But then they won't tip because they don't give a damn. They just care about themselves. But when they get to the point where the gas prices are too high, where you can't get these services unless you tip, then what? Then what? People only care about themselves, man. I try to be the kindest person in the world. Or not even the world. Just be a kind person day to day. And there's always some people out there that they just don't give a damn. Today was a good one because everywhere I went, if I had to open a door, someone held it for me, which was mostly men. But the cutest one was a little boy. He had to be, and it's so funny because I teach first and second grade. He had to be like a first and second grader. And everybody went out. He was last to come out, and he held the door for me. And I said, "You are such a sweet young gentleman." And then after that, it just seemed like the universe knew that this little boy did that, and the universe had grown men like, okay, if he could do it, we could do it. And everybody was just so polite to me today. Holding doors. Hold a door open to help somebody get closer to God. Hold a door open to help somebody escape a knock. Hold a door open to show people that this ain't what it is. And stay strong because God has a plan. We don't have to deal with this. God has a plan. And ain't nothing stronger than his plan. And ain't nothing stronger than him. So with that being said, I hope y'all got this message. I really do. Because I really didn't have time to focus on how I was going to address this. But I knew I didn't want to slop it up. Today was just a day. I'm trying to still be me. I really wish I could have came in here differently, but it is what it is. Be blessed. And stay safe.